day friends. In the lecture series on internet banking, in my previous lecture I talked about what is internet banking, what are the benefits of internet banking, features of internet banking, what are the precautions which we use while using internet banking, and we also started with discussion on the funds transfer, that what are the different ways in which the funds can be transferred. And if you recollect, I talked about three types of fund transfers: NEFT, RTGS, real time gross settlement, and the immediate payment system. So to start with, we will start with the NEFT system. That under the NEFT system, when you have to transfer the money from one bank account to another bank account, or from one account to another account using the beneficiary account, beneficiary account means each account to whom you want to transfer the money, you have to create a beneficiary account number. That is, if I want to suppose I want to make a frequent transaction in the name of some company where I transfer the money, right? I am making some investments, and for the investment purposes I am often transferring the money in my stockbroker account. So stockbroker has its own bank and bank account number, right? So what I will do is I will create a beneficiary account number, that I want to transfer the money from my bank account to this very bank account number, right, of my stockbroker. So that will be called beneficiary account number. That is, I have to transfer the money from my account to that account number. The account number where I want to transfer means my account will be debited and that party's account number will be credited. So that is known as beneficiary account number. And this beneficiary account number must be having IFSC code. IFSC code is that each bank has its own IFSC code, right? So with this IFSC code and beneficiary account number, I can, through internet banking, I can make an NEFT, right? So this service is available 24/7. As per the RBI guidelines, the payment made by NEFT are processed and settled in the batches, right? So in the last lecture also I referred this, that immediately the money may not be transferred, but in batches of half an hour, as per the RBI guidelines, the money will be transferred. There is a fee applicable to all NEFT transactions, right? So fee, if you use it through internet, if you are using internet banking, most of the banks there is no fee at all. But when you are going physically to the bank and you request them using your checkbook that you want to make a NEFT and you want to transfer the money with the help of the National Electronic Fund Transfer System, then a small amount fee which varies from 2.5 rupees to 25 rupees can be used for the transfer of money depending on the amount transferred. If it is a very small amount, even 2.5 rupees can be charged. If it is a very large amount, 25 rupees can be charged, right? So depending on your amount, the fee will be charged. But if you are using NEFT online, that is with the help of the internet banking, no charges is being charged, right? So note, to transfer funds through NEFT, you must have beneficiary account on the internet banking portal of your account. As I was saying, that if you want to transfer the money, I often transfer my money in my spouse account, right? In my wife's account, or wife transfer the money into the husband's account, and both of them have a account in different bank. So what they have to do is that you have to create a beneficiary account number. Suppose I am transferring money in my wife's account quite often. So I'll create a beneficiary account, means her bank account number will become a beneficiary account, right? So beneficiary account number will be created, and whenever I want to transfer it, I can transfer it through NEFT. So without creating beneficiary account number, it will take longer time, right? But once the beneficiary account is being created, then whenever you want to transfer the money, within no time the money will be transferred in a batches of half an hour, right? So there is no minimum and maximum limit of fund transfer, right? So in NEFT there is no minimum limit, or though there is no maximum limit of the transfer of funds. So this is about NEFT. Another way of transferring the money is known as RTGS, real time gross settlement system. Transfer of funds from one bank account to a different account of another bank on a real-time basis facilitates high-value transaction using beneficiary accounts number and IFSC code. Like in the NEFT, for this RTGS also, that is real-time gross settlement system, that you have to create a beneficiary account. Again, I will say the way I said in the NEFT, beneficiary account means in which account you want to transfer the money. And you first create a beneficiary account that in this account I want to transfer the money. That account will become the beneficiary account. As I was just saying, I want to transfer the money in my wife's account and she's having account in some other bank. I am having account in X bank, she is having account in Y bank, right? So, and the Y bank has given her a account number. So, in her name, in that bank in which she is having the account, by writing the bank account number and the bank's name and the IFSC code, I will create a beneficiary account number. So, three things are required, that is bank name and the branch where the account is, IFSC code. So, each checkbook, each account has each bank has its own IFSC code, right? So, I want to transfer in my wife's account, my wife's bank must have a IFSC code. So, I have to write in the use of the internet banking that this is the IFSC code, this is the account number in which I want to transfer the money. So, that will become a beneficiary account. So, the difference between NEFT and RTGS is, in NEFT, the money is transferred in batches, every half an hour as per the RBI guidelines. But in this RTGS system, it is the real-time basis that if I am making at 10 minutes after 10 o'clock or if I say 2 p.m., right, immediately at 2 p.m. itself, within seconds, the money will be transferred, right. In NEFT, it will take some half an hour to transfer the money or lesser, but here on a real-time basis, immediately the money will be transferred. So, real-time means the processing of instruction at the time they are received, immediately the transaction is being made, right. Gross settlement means that the settlement of funds transferred instructions occurs individually. In the NEFT system, banks make a group of transactions, I would say 15, 20, 30, and then whatever the transaction they place in other bank accounts. So, the system is money is being transferred in those accounts. But here each transaction is a separate transaction. So, each transaction occurs individually. In this RTGS, unlike in NEFT, I mean normally you make a transfer of even 100 rupees, 10 rupees, 50 rupees, you can make the transactions. But in real-time gross system, the minimum transaction amount is 2 lakh rupees, right. I mean time to time these transactions may vary, I am talking of at present, right. So, at present now the amount is 2 lakh rupees with no upper or maximum ceiling. The system again is available 24/7, 365 days. For that matter, I will say all digital banking system is available 24/7 and 365 basis. Unique transaction reference, which is popularly known as UTR, right. See, when you are talking of RTGS, nobody talks about real-time gross settlement system. Many of the people may not be knowing it, what is this real-time gross settlement, but they know it, what is RTGS, what is NEFT. So, because these short forms are so popular that normally people who makes transactions in the bank through internet banking, they talk whether you have to do NEFT, whether you want to do RTGS, what you have to do, right. So, full form, but as a student of finance, we should know that what is a full form RTGS, that is I am saying real-time gross settlement system. Whenever you make real-time gross settlement system, that for every transaction that is being made, a unique transaction reference is being issued, right. That is known as UTR, popularly known as UTR number. That is, suppose I have transferred 5 lakh rupees in a particular account, and that person in whose account I have transferred 5 lakh rupees wants to know when I have transferred, what is the proof of it. I will just convey the UTR number, that as and when through the help of the internet banking, I will be transferring this 5 lakh rupees, right. Immediately the bank will issue as and when the transaction will be made through the help of the internet, right? So after the transaction, automatically a UTR number will come, right? That this which is a proof, which is a testimony that this money has been transferred under this transaction number, right? So this is 22 character code used to uniquely identify a transaction in RTGS system. I want to tell the other person that I have transferred the money of 5 lakh rupees, and that person want to verify it, because sometime when you check your account, you may not be knowing the detail where from the money has come, and if you are in a business, there will be hundreds of transactions that takes place on a day-to-day basis, right? So just by knowing the UTR, the person will know that under which reference the money has come, right? So through the UTR number, each transaction has a unique UTR, has a separate UTR number. So it is which is having 22 transactions, 2 character, that will be a proof of the money is being transferred. It is safe and secure system of fund transfer like NEFT. Apart from NEFT and RTGS, another system of making the payment is known as immediate payment service, popularly known as IMPS. As I was saying, most of the people know in the name of NEFT, RTGS. Similarly, people know by the name of IMPS, that is immediate payment service. This is the third method of making the payments, that is through the help of internet banking. Immediate payment services is an instant internet electronic fund transfer service through mobile phones. It is also being extended through other channels such as internet banking, right? So this immediate payment system by and large is being used when you are using mobile with the help of the mobiles, right? And it is also being used with the help of the internet banking, that is through your laptops or through other electronic modes you can transfer that, but by and large people use it in the mobile banking system. It is hassle-free system and it does not require any bank details of the beneficiary. See, when I am making RTGS, when I am making NEFT, I have to write the full details about the person on whose name I want to transfer the money, right? Means in the transferee's bank details, bank name, IFSC code, right, account number of the transferee has to be mentioned. But here I am saying it is a system which does not require any bank details of the beneficiary. You only need how you will transfer then? You only need to have a mobile money identifier, MMID, right? Mobile money identifier, which is a 7-digit number allotted by banks for performing IMPC transaction. If I want to use IMPS, either the transfer or the transferee will be issued a 7-digit MMID number, right? So 7-digit number allotted by banks for performing IMPS transaction. IMPS transaction have an upper limit of rupees 2 lakh per day for account based on transaction. Since these IMPS transactions are made mostly through mobiles, in order to have a safety feature, right, in order to be doubly sure, the limit has been fixed that transaction in a particular day will not be exceeding 2 lakh rupees, right? So suppose, somebody conceal your, or somebody takes away your mobile, all these banking facts, right? And then they want to make the transactions like that. So maximally the transaction, the risk is maximum of 2 lakh rupees, especially those people who make big transactions, large transactions. But under the IMPS, the transaction cannot exceed 2 lakh rupees a day, right? So it is account based transaction and maximum limit is 2 lakh rupees. This facility is provided by National Payment Corporation of India. That is, there is an agency in India called NPCI, right? National Payment Corporation of India. Through NPCI, all this immediate payment system is being facilitated. IMPS transactions are available again 24/7. There is no holiday restriction. So I will say 24/7, 365 days. IMPC is a real-time, instant, and it's currently the fastest mode of payment after the UPI, right? UPI in India is also becoming very popular. Not only we are doing it on a national level, now we have started going international level also. I mean, recently we have made a contract with the Singapore government for UPI. But here I am talking of IMPC. IMPS is a real-time system and is currently the fastest mode of the payment after this UPI. So after talking all these things, we must know that what are the precautions while you use the internet banking. Although while talking of the limitation of the internet banking, that time also we discussed precautions, but here also we are discussing what are the precautions which we must exercise while using the internet banking. I mean, many a times you must have come across advertisements on TV, on newspapers that never share your card details, never share your passwords. When you get a call from a bank or something like that, means pretended to be a bank call, never share with them your password, never share your OTP number. That is because when you use the NEFT or RTGS or IMP, you get a OTP number on your mobile. The mobile number which is registered in your bank. That is, when you open a bank account, when you go for the internet banking, your mobile number is attached with that. So before the transaction takes place, you get an OTP at your registered mobile number, so that the bank can know, means virtual mode, bank can know that it is you who is making transaction, it is nobody else who is making the transaction. Because the OTP number which you will get will be on your mobile, which is registered with your bank and which is attached with your bank account, right? So whenever you are making such transaction, never share your password, never share your OTP number with anybody, even if some pretend to be calling from a bank. Banks never make such calls for asking for the password, for asking for your OTP number or your details, all these things, right? So this is the precaution which you have to take while using internet banking. Avoid the use of public network or computers for digital transactions. Friends, it is always advisable, use your own laptop, use your own mobile for making the internet banking. Never use public networks, never use public cafe or something like that. Don't use those computers for making the bank transaction, right? Because they are not secured the way your own personal mobile or your own personal laptop or your PC is secured, right? So never use public network or computers for digital transactions. Do not fall prey to unknown messages or emails. Sometimes we get an email, sometimes we get a messages and the link is being provided, you click this and that may be fictitious link, that may not be real link, right? And some hackers will then, if you fill your important information, that hackers can hack your account and can transact the money, transact the transactions, right? So don't respond to these unknown messages or emails, right? Use two-factor authentication at all times, right? So means two-factor authentication like your OTP number plus your transaction password. Not only you have a unique ID number, but you have also transaction password, right? For making transaction, when you finally make the transaction, you have your OTP number also. So it is a two-factor authentication at all times. You apply that. Download apps from trusted sources, right? So don't apply the download the apps from unknown sources, try from the trusted sources. Regularly change login password. Now after talking of this, the precautions, let me talk of e-banking. E-banking is a broader term than this internet banking, all this. E-banking is a services provided by the banks in which customer is allowed to conduct transaction using the internet. It is an electronic payment system that allows users, that is the customers, of any financial institutions to perform financial transaction using the internet. By and large, these internet banking, e-banking, they are more or less same. It is also known as web-based banking, virtual banking, or web banking and online banking. So, what is special about the e-banking? I will talk of mobile banking, mobile wallets. I mean, they are e-banking systems. What is mobile banking? Instead of using if you have a smartphone, you can use the mobile banking. All your banking services can be in your mobile only. So it is a services provided by a bank or other financial institutions that allows its customers to conduct different type of financial transactions remotely using a mobile device such as mobile phone or tablet, right? So you can have, because mobile phones are very handy. Each time, most of the people in the world keep mobile with themselves. Especially in India, people are most of the people, even the people who are not of the very high income group, or I will not say, I'll say rather put it this way, that people of very nominal income group, even those people keep these days mobiles. And with the advent of this internet banking and e-banking system, they can keep their banking transactions in your mobile also. They can avail the services of a mobile banking with the help of a bank, right? You can use the mobile banking system if you request your bank to provide you the mobile banking system, right? So it's a very easy way of doing the banking transactions. Mobile wallet. A mobile wallet is a way to carry cash in digital format. An individual's account is required to be linked to the digital wallet to load money in it. Most banks have their e-wallets for online payment transfers, right? So you have a online system. In the mobile wallet itself, you can transfer the money the way you can use it in the internet banking, right? So e-wallets facility have been provided by the banks. You don't have to keep the money in the physical form, so just keep money in a wallet, that is mobile wallet, and the money can be easily transferred. So how you use it? I mean, e-banking, internet banking, I've already explained about it. It enables customers to perform various funds via internet, like transfers funds, pay bills, viewing bank. The way we have been discussing about when we started in my lecture on the previous lecture, that this internet banking system is widely being used in India nowadays in order to make the economy a digital economy, a cashless economy. And it is at the point of sale. This service allows customers to pay for the purchases through a debit or credit card instantly. Earlier, when we used to go to the market for making some purchases, we always used to carry notes with us. Now, if you have your debit card, if you have to keep the credit card, you don't have to keep money with yourself in a physical form, right? You don't have to carry notes with yourself. You just have either debit card or credit card, you can make the payment. You make some purchases, I go to the market, make purchases, I buy clothes of worth 5,000 rupees, right? So what I'll do is, I'll take out my debit card, right, and scan the debit card in the machine, and then the money will be immediately transferred. So at the point of sale itself, the transaction can be made. So this service allows customers to pay for the purchases through a debit card or credit card instantly. ATM. By and large, especially young people like you, they don't carry money. Whenever they need money in the physical form, either they transfer through UPI, through internet banks or mobile phones, or even if at all they have to carry they need money, some physical notes, right? Suppose you're traveling in a rickshaw, and in a rickshaw wala you have to give 20 rupees, and by chance you find in your pocket you don't have the money. What you will do, you'll just go nearby ATM facility, use your debit card, withdraw the money from your ATM account, and you can make the payment to the rickshaw puller or the auto wala or the taxi wala, right? So it allows customers to withdraw funds, deposit money, change PIN, and other banking services. So for when you go to the ATM, you don't only go for the withdrawing money, even sometime for changing the PIN of your debit card, right? You can go to the ATM and change your PIN when you go by using ATM. Other very important method is UPI, right? These days this UPI system is becoming very popular. All of you must have heard the name of Bhim, right? So this is a government UPI system. UPI app was launched in January 2016. UPI is a system that powers multiple bank account into a single mobile application of any particular bank, merging several banking transactions. Suppose I have account in 4 different banks, right? And I can link my UPI number with all these 4 accounts. So several banks of different banks. I have one account in one bank, other account in other bank, and several accounts can be linked with one UPI number, right? In this system, transaction can be done through any smartphone using VPA, virtual payment address system, facilitating 24/7 transfer on a real-time basis. Like in the internet banking, in the RTGS system, in the immediate payment system, in the UPI also a transaction can be made on an immediate basis. It is the fastest system of transferring the money. So immediate money transfers through mobile 24/7, single mobile application for accessing different bank accounts, virtual address of the customer for pulse and push provided for incremental security, with the customers not required to enter the details such as card number, account number, IFSC. Means when you have to make the transaction through RTGS, NEFT, you have to write about or you have to create a beneficiary account number. You have to write the IFSC code and all these things. But here in the UPI, suppose just by other person to whom I want to transfer the money, just I will write the mobile number on my phone to whom I want to transfer, click it and the money will be transferred. Or I can scan it, right, and with the help of the scan code, I can immediately transfer the money. So this is the fastest system of making the payment. So other details of the UPI I'll be talking in my next lecture, but here in this lecture what we have discussed so far is we have talked about RTGS system, we have talked about NEFT system, we have talked about IMP system, and then we also talked about the mobile banking and these banking system. So rest of the banking transactions and other things I'll be talking in my next lecture. Thank you very much.